Escuchas Entrevista Sonar, el rock y sus protagonistas, con Francisco Reynoso.
Esta semana en Entrevista Sonar conversamos con Duplantier de Gojira. En el mundo del metal, pocas bandas han logrado captar la atención de los medios y los principales referentes, no solo del rock más pesado, sino que del género en su perspectiva más amplia. Y Gojira ha conseguido eso y mucho más a través de un sonido y enfoque único, letras introspectivas con una poderosa conciencia ambiental y una presencia que pocos podrían objetar arriba del escenario. El grupo francés ha dejado una marca a la vista en la escena internacional, y sobre eso y más, además del simbolismo de girar con sus amigos de larga data de Mastodon, aprovechando el concierto de este domingo en Ciudad Empresarial, conversamos con Duplantier, el carismático líder de Gojira. Su experiencia con Metallica, la conexión detrás de su último álbum Fortitude con lo que ocurre en el medio ambiente con toda la crisis y el cambio climático, además de explorar sus reflexiones sobre la nueva camada del metal en la música y por supuesto la importancia del mensaje tanto o más que la música en sí. Hay mucho futuro en el metal y Gojira tiene sustento para hablar sobre aquello. Conversamos con Duplantier de Gojira, una de las bandas más aplastantes que ha pisado Chile, en Entrevista Sonar. Disfrútenlo.
Well, Joe, how's it going? As Felipe said, I'm Francisco from Radio Sonar from Chile. It's a pleasure to chat with you. Well,
Same-wise, my friend.
Well, last Gojira gig in Santiago, really, at the Teatro Caupolicán, blew my mind, and I can't wait for this upcoming massacre with Mastodon. How has it been, this response for this tour, this current tour with Mastodon and with these two bands in other places?
Oh, it's great. You know, most shows are sold out, and I think it's been. I heard people saying that it was the biggest tour right now in the US in the rock world. Other than Metallica, of course, you know, Metallica are killing it.
Of course,
it's hard to do better than that. But it's been a pretty high-profile tour, and everything is going really smooth. We've been friends with Mastodon for a decade. We're on the same management. At this point, we feel like we're a family, you know. So the vibe on the tour is great, and people don't know that, but they know that, but maybe not. They don't know it. Not everybody knows that. There's a lot of people on the tour. It's not just two bands. It's, you know, maybe 100 or 150 people. And when we can work, when everybody can work as a team, you know, our people take care of Mastodon, and Mastodon's people take care of us too. You know, there's this thing back and forth that is really efficient and friendly, and the vibe is awesome. And I think the crowd gets that. When we get on stage, they feel that it's not just two bands touring together, but it's a little more than that. There's a fan vibe in our shows, you know.
Besides that vibe, that crew vibe, that family vibe of this tour, I think Joe, both bands came from the underground. Both bands that tons of things in common. Both bands came from the underground scene with a very ambitious song, that years later reached a massive audience without singles, without concessions. Do you feel in that way?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, there's all the genre. There's something about the music. They like to talk about extraordinary things, you know, creatures from the deep, you know, leviathans and wild beasts, and whales also. So Braun sometimes jokes with the audience that Gojira and Mastodon created the whale core style, and it's a joke, of course, but it says something about Mastodon and Gojira being both about you know, mystical things and trying to create something really epic. We're not trying to shock people. We're not talking about Satan and that kind of stuff. We're more like creating our own world with a lot of imagery and interesting topics, I would say, you know.
One of the main reasons, besides obviously this match with your friends in Mastodon, is continue this album cycle, 42. For many of us, 42 is a wake-up call in many levels and aspects. Do you feel that after this return to normality, obviously after this pandemic, I mean post-pandemic feeling, is there a proper change of mentality in people? Do you see the future with some kind of optimism?
Yeah, I think you know, I was hoping that the world would change more drastically in a way after the pandemic, because having zero planes flying, having animals coming close to the cities, having places that are normally really stepped on all the time, having grass growing again, and all that stuff that was beautiful, almost like a movie happening. And I was sort of hoping that the impact of that would be a little bigger after, and it's almost the opposite that happened. People want to rush back on the roads, and all these bands are touring, us included. So the world is going crazy after the pandemic, really. More planes than before, and airlines are completely overwhelmed because they fired their people, and now everybody wants to take planes again, and there's not enough personnel in the airports. All this sort of frenzy is a bit unfortunate, but I would say that people were forced to be a little more introspective during the pandemic, and some people had to face hardship, and some people even lost family members and friends. Some people had to go through divorce or breakup, and I know all of us had to face something at this moment.
And Amazonia is one of the highlights of this album. I imagine that Max and Igor Cavalera must have been honored to hear it for the first time, those records.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There's no, we're not ashamed of it. We're having fun, you know, playing music, and when we were writing Fortitude, it was before the pandemic, but the Amazon forest was on fire. At some point, there was 88,000 different fires burning at the same time. Of course, some of them are occur naturally, and some of them are even healthy for the forest. Some little bit of fire is never a bad thing, but all these fires at the same time, they say that a third of it at least, or maybe half of it were could have been put down by man, but were not, and some of them were criminal as well. Anyway, we were writing the album, and our heart was really broken to see that, and therefore we started to write a song about the Amazon forest. And we've been a bit criticized. Oh, you're French people, take care of your French problems. For me, I don't see it this way. I think we're humans on a planet, and there's some things that are the real wonders of this world, and the Amazon forest is one of them, providing so much oxygen and sheltering half of all animals and plants on the planet. So we have a responsibility as humans. It's not about being Brazilian, French, or American. It's about being humans, to denounce it and to tell young kids, hey, take a break on your video game for 2 seconds and look at this. The biggest forest in the world is bursting in flame. We can do things about that. We can do on personal levels. We can boycott products that are raised or grown in the Amazon territory. So it's a call. This song was a call. The fact that it sounds like Sepultura, yes, sure, fine, but it's a truth. We almost like picked up where they left off. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Many people
we're not hiding from our influences. We never hide from our influences, from Sepultura, Metallica, Morbid Angel, Pantera, you name it, you know.
Well, you just mentioned Pantera. God reunited with Rex and Phil, obviously, with the Zach and Charlie. I was wondering, what was the last reunion in metal or rock that shocked you in a good way, Joe? As a fan, as a peer.
Well, Pantera, yeah, you said it. I can't say they're eclipsing all the other bands right now for me because we played with them a bunch of times, and just sharing the stage with these guys, and Zach and Charlie also are not original from the band, but there's so much respect and reverence for Dimebag and Vinnie Paul, and I mean, it's a good thing, and people went crazy about it. People should get mad about other things, but not that. I mean, I think it's all positive, and we were on the stage on the side watching them, and we were like waving at each other, and it was absolutely awesome. So the Pantera reunion, 100%.
Well, Joe, what is next on Gojira Camp after this tour with Mastodon, maybe ending this promotional cycle of Fortitude?
Yes, you said it. That's what it is. I think we're gonna call it a day for Fortitude, at least for a little bit, and write new songs. I never know, maybe we're gonna get offers that we can't refuse before releasing the next album. But our goal now is to write new songs and come up with a great album.
In Chile, in fact, you're going to share the stage with a Chilean band called Maguisa. There is a lot of things in common between you guys about the consciousness. Have you heard about them?
I did. Not only I heard about them, but last time they opened for us, last time in Chile, and we met them. They even invited me to a restaurant the day after we were in town, and we had a dinner together, and they brought me to a vegan place. And we had the opportunity to exchange ideas and to talk and I love being in touch with these guys, and I'm really excited to see them again.
Well, we are on time. It's been a pleasure. We definitely see you with this huge package with Mastodon and obviously our Chilean friends Maguisa. The last thing, could you do a
like
for
the
us?
Fact that they represent for indigenous people. Sorry to interrupt, but I like the fact that they are here to stand for indigenous rights and to not lose this precious knowledge and this precious culture.
Yeah, definitely. There is a very powerful message behind that proposal, and there are very, very heavy band on stage. Well, thank you for your time. We definitely see you in this upcoming massacre in Santiago.
Esto fue Entrevista Sonar, el rock y sus protagonistas, con Francisco Reynoso.